Welcome back. In the previous video, we saw how to restore a database from .bak file. In this video, we will see how to detach a database and how to attach a database. So in general, why do we detach a database? So just in case if we are upgrading from a hard disk to SSD solid state drive, or if we are moving a database from one instance to another instance, that is when we will go with the detachment and attachment. So let's see. So if I right click on this uh, SQL Server instance and go to the database settings, so this is where the MDF file, LDF file and backups are taken care uh, for this particular instance. So the first step is we will try to detach the AdventureWorks 2019 version. So before doing any detachment, it is always better to take a full backup. So in order to take the backup, we will just go to the tasks and click on backup. So we are going with full backup. So this is where the default place where the backup file is going to be saved. Click OK. So the backup is completed successfully. Now we will try to detach the database. Right click on the database, go to tasks and detach it. So here we will have two options. One is drop all connections and update statistics. By default we will check these both, because if somebody is using the database, we cannot do the detachment. So once we click on OK, so the database got disappeared, so we cannot use the database anymore. So like I mentioned, we will use the detachment when we are moving the file from one drive to another drive. So we will try to get to the LDF and MDF files of this particular instance. So this is where the instances are, the MDF and LDF files are located. So since the AdventureWorks 2019 database has been detached, I am copying the MDF file and LDF files to a new location. So I'll go to C drive, and here I have created a new folder called SQL files. So here I will copy the MDF and LDF file of AdventureWorks 2019 database. So from here, so I will try to move the database to new instance. So SQL Server Express 01 is another database engine. This is the old one. This is where we have detached the database. So this is the new instance. So I will right click on the database, try to attach the database. So I will try to add the So here I am on the C drive, and you can see the SQL files folder is available over here. And when you come over here, you can only see the MDF file. You cannot see the LDF file. So click OK. And when you click OK, so the database has been attached. So right click on the new database that is attached. Go to properties. Go to general. In the files property, this is where you can see the new LDF and MDF file location. So I have moved from old database instance file location to the new database file instance. So as you can see, we have changed the files path and also the instance. So let's do the same through scripting, SQL script. So before doing it through scripting, let me revert back everything. Let me delete the database from the new instance and also on the old instance. Let me restore from the backup. Remember, I took the backup before doing the detachment. So go to device. So SQL Server 15. So this is the backup that we took. Click OK. OK. Database has been restored successfully. So you can see the database is available over here. So for scripting, so go to tasks, detach, select these two options. We already discussed about this, dropping the connections and updating the statistics. So here you can script. Once you click on this one, it will not detach. It will generate a script. So this is the script, actual script that we have. So in this script, what we are doing is we are trying to close all the other connections and set to single user, which is myself. So once we close all the connections, we will be able to detach the database. So in the next line, so this is the command for detaching the database. So we gave the database name and that is the store procedure which will detach it. Let's execute the script and see. So it has run successfully. So the script has executed successfully. Come here and refresh it. You can see the database is gone. So if you remember, when I deleted the database from the new instance, the files in that path will also be deleted. So if you go to C drive over here and look at the SQL files, there are no files available. So we need to go back to the file system of old instance. Go to properties, database settings, copy the path. So this is where the database got detached, and so copy both LDF and MDF files, come back to C drive, SQL files, paste the files over here. So here you can come back and right click, click on attach, add the file, a SQL files path itself, select the MDF file, click OK. So when you come over here and when you generate the script has been generated. So you can see, so we are going to create the database name with these files, the files located in the new path. So the action is for attach. So once you run this command, this operation has failed because we don't have the SQL server. The new instance SQL Express 01 does not have access to pick up the files from this path. So in order to overcome this situation, so this is where I have stored the LDF and MDF files. So if you click on properties of this particular folder and go to securities, so we see that before checking this one, let's go to services. Type SQ, and this is the instance where we are trying to attach the file, and this is the username, the logon username. So it's nt service slash ms dollar SQL Express 01. Permission to this particular folder for this user. So let me show you how to do that. As you can see, So that particular user is not there. We can edit and add the user. So here we will give so if we try to check the names, so here we can see the old instance and new instance. So I'm selecting the new instance and click OK. Click OK. So this is the instance and I'm giving the full control to this user. Apply, click OK and OK. So just to make sure the user has been added, go to security and here you can see that this is added and it has full control. So also check the properties, go to security and check if authenticated users have all the permission. So the authenticated users have full control. So come back to the SQL server and execute the script. So you can see attach has been successful. Refresh the databases and the database is moved from old instance to new instance and also from old file path to the new file path. That's all for this video. To watch more on SQL Server, subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.